YouTube, what is up? Paranormal Theory, another episode. This time, this is super, super special. We are at the Ed and Lorraine Warren Occult Museum. Yes, with Annabelle. You will see here very shortly. We are with currently Nick.
Hi.
We had quite the experience during our live. I'm sure we'll kind of add some footage to that. And we are also here with our friend Wade.
Hello,
Wade.
I'm with the NESPR team, one of four of us, and we're glad you're here and watching. And let's get some activity investigated with and learn.
Absolutely. So, do you mind taking us through a little tour right here, the viewers, and kind of going over, your big name items?
Sure. Well, let's start down here.
All right. After you.
There are so many things to talk about. Close to over 1,000 items. The topal masks. People say, "Oh, those are Halloween masks." No. They were worn by a group of men in, I believe, South Carolina, Occult. And what they would do is they would abduct a child, usually a young girl, and take her into the forest where they had their headquarters, so to speak. And they would wear black robes and these masks. And if you could see the masks, they're hideous. And the poor 4-year-old child without the mommy and daddy would be surrounded by these men who would do chants and indications. And at the point where the child was absolutely terrified and the adrenaline was running high, they would grab the child from the back of the head and then immediately drink the blood. And they believed that they would be able to see into the other world or the future. So these are topal masks, and they've heard the cries of children that I hope no one in this earth ever hears again. So they're here safe, and that's what those are. Now, this is an item that people are always interested in. This is the toy dinosaur from Conjuring 3. The Glatzel family was sitting at the dining table with Arnie Johnson, and this was witnessed by the whole family walking across the living room floor saying, "You're all going to die. You're all going to die." And they all witnessed the same thing. There was no dispute. That's a typical example of an inhuman demonic manipulating a physical item to create fear and terror into a family that's under oppression, and thus it would be fed by that fear and do more activity. It's a rough cycle that is then created. This case, everything that's really dangerous in here as far as touching is in a case, and the cases were made by the lead investigator, Dan Rivera. He takes great care, and each one has a story, and you see the it looks like dirt or sand inside on the bottom. Well, that is blessed salt from St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City. And Debbie Glatzel was a good friend of Dan's, and of course, if you remember the movie Arnie Johnson, they got married later in life, and she passed away about a month before the movie came out, so she never saw it. But she made this rosary for Dan, and the rest of her life she made rosaries every day. So Dan put this in the case as a way to honor her, and that she's included into the story as always. But that's why that rosary is there. That was made by her. And as we go here, this is a very interesting item here that's new. It's been with us for about 3-4 months. In France, they were doing a demolition of a building to make a parking lot. And they found this boot in the wall as they were breaking the bricks away. And so an archaeologist took it and did some research on it, and it has the human foot still in it. So evidently it was chopped off. We don't know whether it was done as a criminal payback or was the person alive. We don't know. But it has been known to tap and move, and it does have a very strong energy to it. So the lady and husband who owned it, she basically said, "Get this thing out of my house." And there it is now, protected in the museum. Going further, you're going to see on camera a lot tonight. I just want to point out, this is the movie doll used for Annabelle Comes Home, made by Warner Brothers and New Line Cinemas.
Nice doll.
That's what you think.
It does not have an attachment. It is not haunted. So if you see one of us touching it or moving it over the time, that's why. But that is the one from Annabelle Comes Home. All right, so this is one of the items that's not attached. By the way, interesting point. This chair, this innocent chair, that was the chair that Mr. Warren put Annabelle in when she first arrived at the museum, and she was in that chair anywhere from 11 to 13 years. And I could talk 4 hours on just that topic alone. How Annabelle noticed my back's to it. I'm not giving it disrespect, but I'm not giving it energy. So I want to talk to the audience and teach. But yeah, when it attacked the priest and the priest drove home and got in a car accident and a coma, this is what it was in at the time. So they learned very quickly to put it in a case and contain the energy, and to keep people safe from it. So this is an interesting item. This is one that Mr. Warren, he had it a long time, but he never had much information about it. If you notice, the hands are in bubble wrap. Well, when Mr. Warren had it, so was it then, and we're not taking them off. We don't know why it's in bubble wrap, but that's the way it is. Now, we call this the fire doll. Very simply, this doll was in the house I think it was 1964, I believe, with the Bailey family. And there was a fire that the daughter set because she wanted to date a cousin, and the father said, "Not under my roof." So she, with the help of a younger brother, was convinced him to help her burn the house one night while the family was sleeping inside, killing 13 members of the family. The only one that survived in the house was the grandfather, who on the second floor broke the bathroom window and rolled out on the roof, hitting the ground and breaking his rib cages. So when the fire detective, went into the house after he tended the grandfather, the house was half the roof was burnt off, the kitchen cabinets were burnt off, and on the stove sat that fire doll. The only singe it has, or evidence of burning, is some scarring on the cheeks from soot. So that is the fire doll. We did a Etsy's method on the doll with the overnight crew, and we learned that a young girl named Elizabeth, that she's the one who started the fire. But we also learned, doing further investigation on the internet, that it was a inhuman demonic spirit that is attached to the doll, and that's who was manipulating the voice and soul of Elizabeth. So it was an inhuman spirit who was tricking.
And that was cool because we actually got, when we were in here doing our live stream.
Remember the Elizabeth?
Yeah, my name is Elizabeth.
Right.
And then it was talking about fire, and then it said kill.
And it also said scarring.
Yes.
Scarring,
And I
yes.
said that I wasn't here. I was upstairs. And I said, Dan, that's the girl who set the fire. And the scarring refers to the cheek, the chin here, where you see the soot. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Correlation, confirmation. Okay. But you got to remember, with the inhuman demonic, and I'm not necessarily referring to the demonic. I am, but mostly to the inhuman spirits, demonic, that they've never lived in a human body. They've never walked on earth before. So they want to destroy our path to God. We have, through faith and free will, the ability to go to the Father, to ascend to the Father, and they want to destroy that. So keep that in mind. Almost everything they say here on future equipment and later in the recording is a trick and is a lie. Okay? So this is Annabelle, and I know you all know of her, and I could talk 5 hours on her to say she's probably, and confirmed many times, the most dangerous item in the museum as far as physically hurting any visitors or people who have challenged.
Yeah, we can hear you.
How do you guys feel walking in there?
Like heart racing? Yeah. Like you just like ran up a flight of stairs, kind of.
Oh wow.
They went right to
Right here, I get like a. Well,
Mine's right.
Feeling.
Mine's right here in my chest. Yeah, I feel mine definitely in my chest.
You're standing right in front of Annabelle.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so much in there.
That's good. Yeah, we'll maybe do a dinosaur.
Right.
Was
Do
it
you
them?
feel any observation towards you? Yeah. Not yet. Okay. Do you feel any different frequencies as you walk the room?
Very heavy, right here.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to, is it all heavy, or is it a corner, or is it? Read the room. Yep. What was that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I'm gonna pass out.
Yeah. So he's
Like my
pretty.
feet got hot.
So yeah, but you're conscious now. The
Yeah.
blood's flowing.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're gonna faint, let me know.
Yeah.
Walk
That's
outside
good.
the museum.
That's good that you go outside. I gotta go. He's walking. I gotta go. Yeah. I guess we gotta check and make sure Ryan's good.
Right. Rob, follow him out. Just
Yep.
make sure he's.
Remember what?
Okay. And you put your head down.
Wow.
That didn't take long.
That didn't take long at all.
On the shoulder.
Should help you
You
out.
know they target.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just gonna. Okay, let's see if the same. Now lift up your head.
Ryan. Has this ever happened to Ryan before at any other of his locations?
That I'm aware of?
No. This is Nick talking. No, he's never really experienced anything this heavy before to knock him out like this.
Okay.
They breathe in from the nose, out from the mouth. Oxygenate the brain. Okay? One more time. Now. You feel center? Feel?
Just like tingly.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You got drain. They'll just see how they target you? Little less than 30 seconds. Okay? So for right now, you can go back in, but right now, stay here.
Yeah.
Okay? Get yourself centered. Okay?
Hey,
And,
Ryan. Ryan,
yeah.
how you feeling? Like, what are you feeling, Ryan?
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna pass out. That was
do you have a pocket near your heart? Put that in there. Okay? And then push it against your heart. All right? And just sit there. Focus. Okay? That's called the draining. They literally target you and they suck your energy out of you in 30 seconds. So you can't walk.
yeah.
You literally collapse in there.
Yeah.
Okay? But you're good. You were wise to start walking out. And then I saw you wobbling. And then that's why I had you sit down. Okay? You did such the right thing by going out because you protected yourself. Okay? How you doing? I'm fine. I'm well covered, so I'm good. Good. Use that and see how that manifests further out? Yeah. But see, that's the thing, is just that going into this, I learned to shield myself like that. Right. So Ryan goes in, he goes in going wrong. Because that's the joke, but he literally doesn't take any added precaution other than just centering himself. And as you see, it's not enough. Okay?
That's one thing is you can prepare yourself all you want, but until you face something, you don't understand the gravity.
Right.
I have been to I don't even know how many places. I have never felt that. And I just personally, I get anxiety attacks. That was not an anxiety attack.
No, you were being drained.
I
The
felt-
energy is pulling out of your body.
Originally, I felt the throat, like something literally went like this.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it
Right.
because we're good at that.
That's
we'll
why I
always-
went to your heart.
Yeah, we'll always mention when those things happen. And then I remember almost blacking out. And I felt this rush go right to the bottom of my feet, like I was standing on hot coals.
Right.
I'm like, I need to get out of this.
Yeah.
And my heart's still racing, but it's coming back in.
Then you walk down here,
Yep.
and then you started wobbling, like you were going to fall.
So it felt like I was gonna fall.
Yeah, that's called a draining. And it's not the first time. And the best thing you did was to do what you did. Walk out.
Yeah.
Remove yourself from the situation. And see how your personality and your emotions have come back?
Mhm.
Okay. Still stay there another minute.
Yeah.
You can go in if you want or not. There's no hero. Okay. I call it wisdom. So, if you feel vulnerable, etc., go up in the house, we'll get you some energy in your food intake, and that would, maybe be the best. But if you still want to go back in, I'll be there with you.
Yeah.
And you're not alone. And Rob's here, and yeah, that is called a draining, when a inhuman demonic will literally suck the energy out of your body in 30 seconds, and you don't know when it first happens until you start to lose balance.
I'm gonna apologize. I'm shaking. I am shaking. It's so friggin' cold. I think that's what it is.
It doesn't bother me. You're good though. Your energy's good.
I'm perfectly fine.
All right. You want to sit out here a little bit longer?
Yeah. I'm just kind of. Yeah, water.
I don't have it.
No, not that water. Actually, drinking water.
Well, that'll swallow.
That'll straighten you up.
Well, that'll help him in a certain way.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Knocked on the case, or made fun of, which you won't find me doing. Miss Warren would say to me, if you're not scared being in here, then I don't want you in here, because fear is a protective reaction that we all have, and it's inherited. You can't take it out of you, but you can control it. But it's a way of your body to make it more protective by stiffening the muscles so you don't move, shallowing the breath, and so you can focus more on your brain and take in any danger that's around your body. So fear is very important. Respect is very important, but not worship, not honor. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and just to tell the audience, I don't know if you guys will see it. We're gonna try to get the footage from the live that we were doing, but I came in here, and as many of you know, if you've watched our videos, I'm not really ever affected by anything. I walked past Annabelle, and as soon as I got past her, I felt like all my energy went away, like I was gonna pass out, and the closest thing that I can say, it felt like dread, like I'm taking everything from you. And like what you were saying, inhuman, not of the unearthly is the word that you
and
that
because
you
of that,
used.
hard to recognize and hard to define.
Yeah.
So it clouded your mind and confused you. And it was at the same time draining. It's a vicious cycle. It's draining your energy within 30 seconds to where you can't walk.
Yeah, and Nick's never seen me like that.
Yeah, and I attested for that. As soon as you walked out, everybody asked her, is he okay? Is he kind of making this up? And I'm like, no, I've never, 15 years that I've known him, I've never seen Ryan react like that.
It wanted Ryan to get to the point where if we weren't here, he would collapse in the museum.
Yep.
And then you'd probably have to go to the hospital after about 10 minutes. But that just shows you how they're aware of again, to the audience, an inhuman demonic spirit has the wisdom of the ages. It knows what your grandmother gave you for Christmas on your 4th year. So it will use that against you, and as it did with your energy and your vulnerability when you walked in there.
Yeah, it made my heart race, and it knows that I don't like that feeling.
Right. Remember,
that's the first thing that happened as soon as I got to here.
Do you remember me putting holy water on your heart?
Yep. I have the thing you gave me on my heart right now.
Good. Okay, and just because these gentlemen want to do some investigating, I'm going to leave the rest of the museum to them. But there are close to 1,000 items, each one with a story. Here are Mr. Warren's paintings. There's just so much to talk about and investigate. So let them have their way. All right, gentlemen, go to it.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome.
All right, let's start, Nick, on the story of your favorite. This is the Shadow Doll. For anyone wondering, it is made out of, I believe, animal bone.
Yes, sir.
And the whole story behind it was it would basically be a conduit to a curse.
Yes.
So the person who owned this would take a picture of the Shadow Doll and write a curse on the back of the card and mail it to someone. And when that person received the picture with the curse on the back, they would take upon that curse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's said that this shadow doll has showed up in people's dreams.
Yes.
And
yeah.
even it's given them heart attacks, right?
Its goal is to, after you receive the photo and the curse, it will come to your bedside in the middle of the night and stop your heart.
And this is absolutely probably one of the most dangerous items in here.
And active.
And
Yes,
active.
confirmed many times.
Yep.
It actually is. Well, a lot of them are. I mean, you think they don't know we're doing this now?
Yeah,
and what I'm saying?
they're very aware.
They're very aware. They're self-realized. They can verbally talk back with the correct tools and devices. And yes, they're absolutely aware of what we're doing now. Yeah.
And then another, or two items right here, really.
Yeah.
First, right here, this is the Sandy Hook Satanic Idol. This idol was found in the woods in Sandy Hook by, I believe, a hunter.
Yep.
And the hunter was trying to find his way out of the woods, and a man in all white, right, he had like a white beard and all that, showed up.
Black cape and
Black
outfit.
Okay, so black outfit,
White
and
beard.
he showed up and kind of like pointed the hunter to like where to leave, and then kind of just walked off.
Right.
And I guess did the hunter come to Ed?
Yes, but the mysterious man in the woods knew that this young man had found the idol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he wanted him out of there as soon as he could. So that's why he pointed the way. Then he went to the young man went to Mr. Warren and explained what happened. It rang a bell with Mr. Warren and goes, "I think I know who put that there and why." So he and the young man were able to bring that back. What's very interesting to this, a simple looking idol, but is that there was an afternoon not far, about 3 weeks later, and Ed was doing some work in the office behind me, and Miss Warren was in the yard with the hose watering flowers, and Ed said, after I get done here, why don't we go have dinner in the diner? And Lorraine said that would be perfect, wonderful. So Ed finished up his business, 15 minutes or so, and came out, and he goes, Lorraine, and he couldn't see her, and he's looking around, and he goes, Lorraine, and he went around the side of the house, and she was laying in a fetal position about 14 yards where he last saw her, where she was thrown in the driveway. And they brought her to the hospital. I believe she was there for 3 days, and she was like, she wouldn't talk about what she experienced or saw. It transformed her to a very weak state, and that was retaliation from that man with the white beard to the Warrens saying, "I know you have this now." So that's the Sandy Hook idol. And it has a energy that is very active, and I'll leave it with that.
And one more item I want to show you guys right here. This is a satanic ritual skull, and this is a real human skull, and the owner would fill this skull up with blood and drink out of it. Like you can see, there's a hole drilled into the top of the skull. So that is that's creepy.
Music box. Do you want it?
Shoot it that way.
We make the noises.
That's impressive.
All right, so you already want to talk.
Thank you for communicating.
Yeah, thank you. So my phone's in airplane mode, so everyone knows, so it's not going to affect the REM pod. But we have Spirit Talker running, and then our REM pod is on, so if Annabelle would be so kind.
What is in your hand?
That's cool.
So I'm assuming, since my phone is next to Annabelle, this is you talking to me. This is a video camera. I'm sure you've seen them before. Can you maybe tell me your name through that device?
Bones.
Bones. Okay, I know what that's talking about.
Yep.
That's the foot.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about this one.
I think it might be talking about the foot.
Could be either one.
Or yeah, or.
See, Dan doesn't understand. I can read what they're saying.
So, okay, you said bones. Are you talking about the shadow doll? If you're talking about the shadow doll, can you make the bell ring?
Go for the foot.
Now, if you were talking about the World War I foot, can you make the bell ring?
Skull.
Are you talking about the satanic ritual skull? Can you make the bell ring if that's what you're talking about, please?
When you're referring to bones, did you mean the shadow doll? The skull? The World War I boot? Satanic skull? Skull?
Nine.
9.
There's 9 skulls.
You should come back.
If we're invited back, I'm sure
It means
we'll.
step back. Does it mean step back?
Oh yeah, you should come back like something.
Oh, okay,
behind
okay,
it.
okay. All right, so I'm back in front of you, Annabelle. Can you make this red light go off?
Why is it that it just doesn't sound like it's coming from there?
It's coming from there.
I know.
Coming from there.
As soon as I said it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
means yes.
All right. Now, are you able to change that light from red to green?
Charles.
Could that be the soldier's name?
Yeah, they don't really know what the much history of it.
Yeah. But like he was saying, there's 1,000 items in here that have stories, so who knows?
And I can tell you, you guys are obviously watching Visit. And you guys are obviously watching a video, but it feels like everything's just watching you. Because it is. I have a device that's on the floor right here. I'm going to walk up to it. What did you say?
Positive.
Positive. This device right here, it's called a music box. If you stand in front of it, see that? It plays pretty music. If you could do that for us, that would be awesome.
IR light.
Oh, it's your security camera. Okay.
Yep. I recognize that noise. Anyway.
And there's so many items in here. So the fire doll over here, you were talking a lot earlier. Can you maybe give us your name again? Of who we were talking to? No. Only going to tell us one time?
I'm going to say some names. I want you to hit the bell for whoever it is we're speaking to. Hit the bell if you understand what I'm saying.
Annihilation.
Wow.
That was a...
That's aggressive. Okay.
I like music.
You like music? Well, there's a device right here. If you look, you walk in front of it, it'll play it. See this? That's cool music. Now, can you do that? Please?
Okay, I'm gonna do my trick. Remember, set the bell off for if I name who you are. Fire doll. Shadow doll. Sandy Hook idol. Ritual skull. Annabelle.
Hope. Hiding in the dark.
Are you upstairs? We heard footsteps up here earlier.
Oh yeah, up in the loft maybe?
Yeah. Which I didn't even know there is, like... I thought it was just the roof, but there is a loft.
Mm.
That's all of Ed's paintings, by the way, guys. And he would paint haunted locations, correct?
Correct.
And then give it to the owner?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Don't bump into anything in here, Nick.
Yes.
But
Damage.
Because you'll damage it.
Yes.
What was the story on this?
That is a model representation of Hannah Koranica, who used to live here. She died in 1846, and she would sit on a boulder in front of her house and chastise anyone who walked by and said, if you don't bring me any pies or desserts tomorrow, I'm going to curse your land. And she was quite a character, and there was some involvement with her abuse to children, but it's back then not fully documented fully, but so we take it with a grain of salt. But Mr. Warren wanted to do a physical representation to kind of show respect as far as a representative of what she looked like.
Interesting.
Yeah. So she didn't exactly look like that, but
Alexander.
she was known to be the witch. Yeah.
The witch.
It's like we're getting a lot of A names in here.
Yeah, I noticed that. And it's so funny because right here where I was standing last time,
Yeah.
I don't feel that now.
No.
Like,
No. And you remember me saying the three spirits right over there? They were grouping and gathering. They were ready to pounce.
yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that normal for like this section?
No, it varies. It
Yeah.
varies. It's different. They move about. They work together. They work separate. It can be just one. It can be nothing. But you felt the buildup of energy, and you said at one time, "I don't like this. I've got to get away from that energy in that corner."
Mm-hmm.
Remember saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you were correct. Yeah, they're just waiting to pounce. You know, and sometimes they work together to affect us more severely.
I like the toys.
Are you talking about the bell?
Cat ball.
There's a cat ball.
Ask them to.
Denise.
Ask them if they can point out the cat ball and if they can move it or throw it.
Feel.
Feel.
Feel. So whoever's, excuse me,
Address the one who likes the toys.
the one who likes the toys. Are you able to maybe move the cat ball? You can knock it over. Where's the cat ball at? Oh,
He's bringing it.
oh, I thought you had one out already.
I thought he put one on the edge of the.
I know you.
You know me? What's my name? I've only heard it one time. Say my name, I'd be impressed. Give it like... You don't want it to like be hanging there, but at the same time, like enough to where they can just push it. All right, so we have a cat ball. Whoever likes the toys in here. Yep. We have one right near Annabelle's case, so you can come over and you can touch that one or knock it off. We have one right here on this table, and another one by the dinosaur. You are more than welcome to come over here and touch one of them.
What are you using?
We're using cameras.
You know what cameras are.
These devices, they can hear you if you talk really loud, or if you use your energy, they can see you move. Could you make a loud knocking noise for us?
Good morrow.
That's cool, dude.
What'd that say?
Good morrow. Which was a very old way to say, like, the good morning.
Okay. All right, so we have a REM pod on top of the Shadow Doll case.
Sebastian.
Getting like a mix. Footsteps. The footsteps we heard earlier.
Is that Sebastian walking around? To the Shadow Doll, if you want us to remove that REM pod from your case, can you set it off for us, please?
Misery.
You were saying that like when you kind of investigate the Shadow Doll and the idol, they're very like
That's Shadow Doll doing that.
Yeah.
It's funny, as soon as we go to talk about the Shadow Doll.
Right. It loves attention.
Yeah. All right, well thank you for doing that. I'm still wondering though, who was the one trying to affect me earlier? I would appreciate it if you would at least tell me what item you are.
I can speak through this. Murdered.
Jeez.
Wow. Dang.
Everything's going off.
Okay.
The house.
Ooh.
Do they have anything from Amityville here?
Yes, they do. Right over here.
Oh. Yeah, you're fine. I'll turn this off while we...
This was given by Mr. Lutz to Mr. Warren, and that is.
Oh, Ryan.
Huh?
It actually hit the green light from the REM pod.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. I just saw it light it up. Go ahead, hit that green light again for me.
It's so weird how it's just holding that.
It will do things when you least expect it. That's the famous line of it.
Yeah.
That is a keychain to the Amityville house that was given by Mr. Lutz to Mr. Warren, and when the Warrens investigated the case, and they were at the front door.
There it goes. I just heard it.
I walked away from it again.
Yeah.
It's the Shadow Doll. She wants us to keep staying over there.
Do you like the attention? Can you make that REM?
Ooh.
Can you? Oh, there it was. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it just said demonic.
Yep.
Normally,
It's only when I walk away.
that's so weird. normally when we get the word demonic, we kind of
Poo-poo it.
in other locations, yeah, like it's like okay, like yeah, I'm sure you're a demon, but here
Yes.
it is.
Nothing but.
Yes.
So the third time now.
Yeah, we can't get
Which
through
is
the-
good because we're getting evidence.
Yeah.
That is a keychain, key fob from Mr. Lutz given to Mr. Warren when they were going to investigate the house. And when they opened the door, Mr. Lutz wouldn't go in. He said, "No, Mr. Warren, I'm not going in. I'm not ever going in there again." So that's the keychain from the house. Yes.
Pearls of Death, cursed. Power of the cat, black magic
Yes, I'm
image
here.
of the cat used to conjure evil spirits.
Can you tell me who it is that we're talking to? What do they call you?
Voodoo, an African voodoo doll here, Nick.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
These aren't the fertility dolls, right?
Oh no, they're opposite the room there. Even the word fertility doll, it's a trick, you see. It's the opposite of what it means. They're beautiful carvings. They're some of them are over 200 years old, and just a very interesting
Oh yeah.
works of art, actually. But you see, if you touch one, you become sterile, and yet they're called fertility dolls. You see, yeah,
Nice to meet you.
and they were actually stolen. And you do not steal from a witch doctor.
No.
No.
And that even makes it even worse. There's also a shrunken head on the left there on the second shelf.
Yeah, these give off a weird vibe.
Don't they?
Yeah, anything like
It's-
African voodoo
It's
and
poppable.
it's a different feeling than anything else.
Right. Let me get away so I'm not setting that off.
So, Harriet is the second time we've got this name. So So I don't know if her name is Harriet. And it's a monk. So
It's a monk.
yeah. Because I asked like who were we talking to?
Yeah.
Or what do they call you? And that's the second time that I got Harriet referring to that.
All right, so Nick and Ryan, digital recorder session right in front of Annabelle. All right, so as you know, we're back in here. And in the name of Jesus Christ, I want to know who is affecting me.
Bliss.
In the name of Jesus
Sean.
Christ, speak your name.
Was it you, Annabelle, who was affecting me?
Was it you, Annabelle, who was affecting me?
Above. Don't antagonize.
Yo. That's cool.
We're not antagonizing you, we're just asking you a question. Let me play that again.
Alright, so Nick and Ryan, digital recorder session right in front of Annabelle. Alright, so as you know, we're back in
No,
here.
not here.
And in the name of Jesus Christ, I want to know who is affecting me. In the name of Jesus Christ, speak your name. Was it you, Annabelle,
Who is affecting me? It's watching you.
That's me.
Oh,
God.
I was like, what was that? All right. So this device in my hand, if you speak loud enough, we're going to be able to hear you. Can you tell me your name?
Are you here for me?
You're one of the reasons we showed up, yeah. What did you tell Rob over here when he asked if you were affecting me?
We can see you all.
So this device in my hand, if you speak loud enough, we're going to be able to hear you. Can you tell me your name? Are you here for me? You're one of the reasons we showed up, yeah. What did you tell Rob over here when he asked if you were affecting me?
Nothing.
Come over to the shadow doll. He's ready.
He's ready?
If you can put it like right in front, I don't know.
Like here?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
When he's ready to talk, he'll talk wherever you put it.
We're in peace.
Yes.
All right. Hello, Shadow Doll. I'm Ryan, and this is Nick. We've come a long way to speak to you. Are you able to maybe tell us your name into this device that's in my hand?
The land is mine.
Can you tell me the color of the clothes that are on you right now?
If that is you who is setting off that REM pod, that red light above your case, can you do it for us right now?
Will you stay a while?
All right, hello, Shadow Doll. I'm Ryan, and this is Nick. We've come a long way to speak to you. Are you able to maybe tell us your name into this device that's in my hand?
The land is mine.
Can you tell me the color of the clothes that are on you right now? If that is you who's setting off that red pod, that red light above your case, can you do it for us right now?
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
I just goes to show you, it's not like every time you get like an EVP or something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Who else?
But he's definitely aware of what you're doing, and he's not answering.
Yeah.
He's totally aware of what you're doing.
Would the "in the name of Jesus Christ" thing get him to talk?
Try asking, what did you tell Rob in the Missouri State Penitentiary?
Okay. Shadow Doll, what did you tell Rob in the Missouri State Penitentiary? And thank you for speaking to us.
Vanished. My name is Jack.
Shadow Doll, what did you tell Rob in the Missouri State Penitentiary? And thank you for speaking to us.
My name is Jack.
So
Nothing.
he didn't say anything.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
That happens.
Yes, it does.
And you know, everyone says, "Oh, I want to be in the museum to investigate at 3:00, 3:15," and usually nothing happens at that time.
Yo, Ryan, your device just said drain camera.
And then confirmed right there.
Well, the Ed and Lorraine Occult Museum, what can we say?
Ed and Lorraine Warren's Occult Museum was definitely a true test of mental and physical protection.
I have personally never been attacked by an entity, especially that way. I've been scratched before. I've gotten nauseous, but not to the point where I felt like I was going to pass out. And it was just like at the snap of a finger, the feeling of just complete dread and terror. That's the easiest way for me to explain what that felt like.
Watching your best friend, your partner, get physically attacked and affected by something that you can't protect somebody from weighs on you in a different way that you can't prepare yourself for. When literally you're walking behind somebody 2 feet apart and you watch them get affected and you watch it happen and you get that hopelessness feeling.
But it makes sense. We were in a room with over 1,000 demonic items, and quite possibly the most haunted location in the entire world. And Nick had blessing stuff on, and so did everyone else except me. I had nothing. I went in there raw, as we always joke about. But this wasn't a joke. This was very serious. For a minute, I felt very horrible. But I'm glad that I went back in there and conquered it and showed like it doesn't have power over me, and that we can push ourselves past what we normally think we can. And the fact that we had dinner in
beers.
Ed and Lorraine's house at their table was like the craziest thing ever. But like, thank you to Rob. Thank you to Tony, who couldn't be there, Dan, Wade.
Chris.
Yep, Chris.
Thank you to all of NESPR and Get Haunted as well for giving us this opportunity and to always pick us up and push us to better ourselves and always pushing our boundaries and coming up with new theories. So as we always say,
what's your theory?